Y'all saw my ashy knees. Okay. Honorable Feminine says foul on the play. She may not be verbally saying this in a collective. This is something that she just knows. Okay. Foul on the play. Um, so now, whoever the collective honorable feminines are out there that this resonates with and for, you are a beautiful soul. You are flawed like anyone else in existence, but you are definitely a beautiful being, a beautiful soul. You mean well. Um, now you have a side of you that could be spooking out people because people have crossed many lines and many boundaries playing in your face and then violating you and your children, and so now you have people that's wanting to call you toxic and a monster, and they're wanting to say all these things because at the end of the day you could have stopped being a doormat. You could have started realizing that people was like playing in your face, playing games and stuff like that. um and just crossing, breaking laws. Like for some of you, it ain't even just a matter of something irritating. It's like people were like really foul coming for your life and your children's life, like it was some kind of Hunger Games. So, they enlisted you and your children in a torture program that people don't believe exist. Okay. The ones who believe it exists are the ones who are benefited from it, period. The ones who are benefiting from it and the ones who are on the receiving end of the torture, but no one else believes it exists. And the reason why no one else wants to believe it exists is because, again, it has been really controlled, or any truth of the matter is um quickly disregarded due to ignorance and lack of knowledge and so forth and convenience. People don't want their otherwise harmonious or seemingly harmonious lives dysregulated by that truth. Okay. So, honorable feminine, she may not be saying it, she's noting foul on the play. Okay. Like I said, whoever you are out there, you're a beautiful soul, you're a beautiful being. You've never really met anybody any harm until they've met you harm. Until you get wind of them plotting on you. Once you get wind of the fact that they really thought it was cute to do so, you turn into something else. It's not that you're fickle, it's not that you're fake, is that no, no, this is warranted. Nobody is stupid. People be really thinking that just because they're playing in people's face, that the individuals, and I just saw 110, that may be significant because it breaks down to a 2. Okay, there's also 11 in that. So, you know, people be really thinking that, well, just because you don't know it and they're smiling at you, that you're not going to pick up on the vibes, and that you shouldn't have any kind of shift in your energy or the honorable feminine's energy, because for all intents and purposes they're playing in your face. For all intents and purposes you don't know that they're plotting against you. For all intents and purposes you don't know that they're collabing, so they feel like your change behavior, see how twisted that shit is. They up to bullshit, but they feel like your change behavior is indicative of something being wrong. No, you're picking up on the subtle energies. You know the vibes. Okay. Foul on the play. So now, many of you, honorable feminines, if this is you, or if this is somebody that cares for the honorable feminine that's listening to this, at some point, that they have had a lot of witches that's maybe disguised. You're looking at witches here on the screen in a typical classic sense. But the truth of the matter is, this is very limited information, and it is obscure, and it's not accurate in and of itself, and it's not even neither good nor bad. But the fact that you got women circling around, looks like an apartment and a building, and it looks like you can see a window. That may be where honorable feminine is. Okay. And these people basically trying to once again continue to barricade you with, your dwellings, your perimeters with their witchery. Okay, with their schemes, with their lies, with their illusions, with their sorcery, and possibly for some of you siphoning, doing weird shit to your children. Okay, adult children, differently able people, because again, they're very vulnerable population and they are targeted because of their vulnerability. They're targeted because of their pure nature. They're targeted because, of what that is for their energy. So people want to siphon and drain the life out of these individuals, and they don't give two fine fucks about it. And they will still go to church on Sunday and shout and praise the Lord and know full well what they're doing. Feminine says, and people are bothered by this, but this is a part of why these honorable feminines have become so strong-headed in certain ways. Because feminine says foul on the play. Is this ministry or is it murder? Is this ministry or is it attempted murder? Mm. Because when people believe certain delusions, they can't listen, they can't separate. They demonize actual human beings, or they objectify, or like I said, demonize and dehumanize, which gives they slip into delusion. So when they come for you, if you're the honorable feminine and your children, that's what people are convinced that they're doing. That's what they actually, some of these people actually believe that. They'll even say things or imply things like, it's not the person, it's the, because they think you demon possessed. Isn't that funny? You're not the killer. Oh, oh. I love how they do that. It's like, really? But they're not the killer. They're not the one. They ain't the ones out here killing innocent lives under no belief system. So they demonize these honorable feminists, dehumanize them, and they convince themselves it's not the human. What we're doing is torturing the demon. That's why I said delusionment is scary to me. To me, it's worse. It's more scarier, when the person, is convinced that it's, because it's like, oh, they gone. They ain't got nothing to help them, because whatever it is that they feel like they're governed by is convincing them that this is a benevolent act. So feminine knows that people are circling around them, doing spell work on them and their children, and trying to entrap them in certain places and locations so that they could, fully execute their agendas. She knows, foul on the play. And she is throwing in the ethers in the universe. Is this ministry or is it attempted murder? What people are calling ministry. Because let me tell you something now. When somebody's trying to break somebody's spirit, calling themselves, executing the fist of God to break somebody's spirit, that's abuse. Because that's not a move of a divine being. That is not a move of an ethereal, all knowing, all powerful. That is the move of a man and a woman that's demon possessed or under the influence of parasitic energies that have convinced them that, based on their belief, that they have a right then to terrorize someone else for not agreeing with that. You didn't hear me say for doing something wrong. You heard me say for not agreeing. I'm going to say that again. You didn't hear me say for doing something wrong. You heard me say for not agreeing. The world has to snap out of that spell. Especially if we can't seem to manage to properly punish folks in the universe in these here Americas or wherever we are when they are actually doing violent, grotesque things that you can physically track. If we cannot manage as a race of beings to properly do that and execute justice, for lack of better words, in a sense of somebody breaking laws, causing physical harm to people, and making sure justice is served properly, justly, and fairly. If we can't do that, we really have no jurisdiction to be calling ourselves executing some kind of judgment and punishment on people because they think and feel and believe differently than us. Because essentially, that is what a lot of this is. People wanting feminine to have a poor life because they don't agree with her choice. And when we say that statement out loud, doesn't it seem and sound narcissistic? It sounds narcissistic when we say the words. It's like, well, whose business is that? Who assigned them the jurisdiction to decide who should have a high quality of life and who shouldn't? Who assigned them that? And then who assigned them, who assigned them, and who assigned them that? Foul on the play. Feminine does not have a problem, unbeknownst to people, and whatever rumors people have managed to manufacture about these honorable feminines, they don't have a problem. They don't, in and of itself, have a problem with anybody's personal choice of what they're choosing to participate in or believe in as their chosen religions. These honorable feminines do not. They have a problem with abuse, and they're going to always have a problem with an abuse. They have a problem, and they super have a problem when it is being used under the guise of any system. So it's not about these honorable feminists. Oh, they hate God and they hate Christians and they hate uh you know Mormons, Yahweh's, whatever, all the things. Okay, let's just say all of them. Okay, feminines don't hate in that respect. They hate torture, anything to do with violating lives. And no matter what kind of mask you want to put it under, they'll stand eye to eye, toe to toe with anybody on that one. Foul on the play. Is it ministry or is it attempted murder? And I'm reminded of a scripture because, see, remember now, I have a strong background just to help those of you who might not know. You're listening to somebody just to help you. Hmm. I'm reminded there's a scripture, and I'm not going to quote it verbatim, and I can't remember which version and all that good old stuff, but there is a scripture that talks about, and you'll hear, ministers. I've even over the over the years, as I was coming up and reared in certain ministries and stuff like that, it's a very famous saying, that you hear, especially in certain sectors of religion. You'd hear, it's better, first and foremost, it's better to, what is it to gain the whole world and lose your soul? That's one of them. And the other one is, I can't remember exactly, but it's along the lines of like, I'd rather cut out an eye or cut my hand, or it's basically the premise of torture the flesh than to lose your seat in eternity, right? I'd rather I, you know, i- I'm concerned, you'll hear like I'm concerned about their soul. And then so some w- then because if they're extremist and radical and physical and they really do believe that that's in their jurisdiction to do, then these are individuals who will be wishing energetically, spiritually praying and wishing harm on you. And if they have access to your dwelling, if they have power and access to any of the things in which you are utilizing to navigate your life, any government, any program, any company, any business, anything of yours or your children's, and if they have any weight, influence, or power at all, they're gonna then use that to convince people to not provide you with all the services that they're actually paid by the government to provide you, or that in their job description, in their particular industry, is what they are to be doing. They will convince these people that you're a bad person. They'll convince these people that you're a devil worshiper. If that's what spooks people out, they'll convince people that you're um basically what they are, that you're a narcissist, that you're um crazy, you're an atheist, and I don't know why that has to always necessarily be. You see how we get stuck? Yes, there are atheists who are equally toxic and karmic, because it's not about your belief system that makes any of us decent, benevolent beings. It's not, oh, I'm an agnostic. Oh, I'm an atheist. Oh, I'm a pedestrian or Presbyterian. I always mess that one up. And I don't mean no harm with it, but it just sounds too similar. Presbyterian, you know, it's not about none of those things. Okay. But they will imply that, and they have implied that to people so that people will side eye the honorable feminine. They have, they do. And especially if some of these people start to get, if for whatever reason, they start to get any kind of ramification in their life, that something don't go their way or whatever, and then they feel like it's your fault, feminine, then they're super gonna start conspiring. They're gonna, you're gonna think it's the Million Man March movement, the way these people get to acting, because you don't agree, you speak out a truth, or in some cases, you simply just speak about how you have personally been treated. The little subtle games. And then they'll tell people they're a troublemaker. No, people make trouble for you. You see that? So feminists like foul on the play. They do all this stuff to keep you in an irritable mood so that when you're trying to navigate and dealing with people, they're looking at you. See that? Foul on the play. Is this ministry or is it murder? Is it attempted murder, assassination of character? Is this attempted murder, assassination of that person's individuality, that person's joy, that person's spirit? Is this ministry or is it murder? Is it attempted murder? Is this ministry or is it murder? Murder of anything autonomous, murder of anything sovereign and different, murder of anything you can't fucking control. Murder. Is this ministry or is it murder of innocent blood, murder of children having quality of life they deserve because some loopy somebody somewhere decided something different? Because that's what the fuck be going zones to keep, murder. of them having a quality of life so that somebody else could keep having stolen quality since they did that on the altar. Your luck is now my own. You'll wear my rags. Y'all thought I didn't know. Yeah, I do. And it's being dealt with in real time. I heard somebody say, how does she know that? How does she know that? How does she know that? See, this is energetically. There's time is actually an illusion, you all. It's happening at once. That's the marker for this planet existence. But I'm telling you, someone's saying, how does she know that? How does she know that? How does she know that? What if I told you time travel? I ain't going to get too weirdy and esoteric. And, I know that's kind of too much for some, but I'm just saying how they do these destiny swapping things. Some of the versions of how they do it, the more sophisticated versions. That's why they always trying to get a hold of your items, get somebody convinced to give them some of yours. Now, let's take a little pause. Foul on the play. Listen, is it ministry or is it murder? Is it service or is it slavery? There are things that are designed to help people in hardship. And I love and honor all good things that are operating from that benevolent space. They go on my list the moment I find out they're allowing themselves to be used to harm the very people that they are in the business of serving and protecting and helping. So, if the collective, let's say, as you navigate displacement and you navigate the various situations that was manufactured and you utilize these services. Now, I didn't know until here recently that they have laundry services for the homeless population, or I'm going to say the displaced population. And that's just like they have shower, locations, like, for these people who are like literally sleeping outside, they got, laundry, shower, blah, blah, blah. Okay. And I think that is beautiful. And I also want to say, all things with a grain of salt, case by case. But when you're someone who is a victim of DV and you're a victim of human trafficking and you're somebody that is still currently being trafficked and monitored and followed, the last thing that you want is somebody else touching your clothes, washing your clothes, where you, listen to me, where you don't even see who's touching your clothes, who's washing your clothes. The last thing that you want, that's the last thing that you want to do with reason and with good reason. Okay. The people moving, operating funny around you. You can see the narcissism and the karmic all over them with their gestures and signals and their facial, all those things. Taking advantage of vulnerable population because it's like here's the premise. It's better, it's getting washed, right? And under some circumstances, I'd agree with that. Under normal homeless circumstances, I'd agree. Under normal misfortunate circumstances, right? The person's literally on the street physically, because that's not the case with my son and I. Okay. Under normal circumstance, I'll go, okay, well, yeah. Under those conditions, these conditions in which I'm speaking, no. No. It's like, sure, toxic Mr. Killer, stalker, weirdo, nigga, bitch, take my shit and do your works and let the weirdo Ken and Barbie with the veneers touch my shit. While I sit in here, vulnerability exploited, foul on the play. Is it ministry or is it attempted murder? Is it a bunch of women and or men? Don't get stuck on the picture that we're looking at. These can be men operating in toxic femininity, just like women can operate in toxic masculinity. Ain't nothing worse than a man bitch. And no disrespect. Now, this is not a slight. I can't speak for others, but when I make that comment, I'm not referencing sexuality. I honor diversity, dear. You want to go to the zealots. If you want to deal, you want to target somebody, you want to go deal with them zealots. They're the ones who have a problem with you, not me. They're the ones that's demonizing you, not me. They're the ones that's looking at you like you're a freak of nature and saying that you need deliverance, not me. Now, so when I make those those like zingers, I'm talking about when there's like a man that first and foremost, he's heterosexual. At least that's what he convinces the world. Okay. A heterosexual presenting male. Okay. Um, that's what I'm referencing. But when they act like a bitch, when they act like a woman, when they act more catty and messy like a bitch. Okay. And these men typically have a harem of whores, a harem of bitches, even if they're just their friends that do their bidding. To surround these honorable feminines with their agenda and their spell work and their manipulation to try to keep these feminines trapped where they want them trapped. Foul on the play. Where they can monitor, and I'm going to say it again. Is it monitoring or is it attempted murder? So that they could attempt murder? Is it monitoring for a real legitimate cause, or is this monitoring so that some of the motherfuckers can continue to orchestrate misfortune for these people? Like case in point, the washing. Okay. And then nobody wants to wash 10 pieces of clothes, 10 pieces of clothing. I'm just going to say that for shits and giggles. Under normal circumstances where somebody maybe they're just going to go take a shower and take off their clothes, because like I said, in some situations I can see where that would be sensible. Okay, the person sleeping on the street, they can't wash their clothes, they're going to a shower station. You take your shower, you give the attendant, your clothing. And so I get that, but that's not everyone's case and situation. And for a victim of DV and a victim of human trafficking, they have phobias and traumas and anxieties on top of, for some of them, what's still going on, because not everybody is even free from it, because for some, it's still happening. They may not be in because moving around location doesn't mean that yeah, I got to help a few people with that. When you have people that are hell bent on fucking with your life and have the means to continue to do so. Being enlisted in torture programs, that means it ain't gonna matter where you go. So, and where people have violated your dwelling and did other things, again, 10 pieces of clothing ain't even worth, people want to dump. I was hoping for, because like I said, all these beautiful programs, I'm like, oh, that's great. Oh, a place where the people can go to and dump their shit and, and an industrial size wash machine. Now watch this. I guarantee you somebody finna come up with that now. Somebody finna come up with that. Somebody finna get a grant for that. Guarantee it. 501c in the making. Somebody finna get them a nonprofit 501c laundromat, bitch. Smart. That's smart. Somebody done got that. Now, hopefully they do right by it. That's a whole nother animal. That's a whole nother fucking animal. Like use it to have a legitimate facility, anyway. I mean, because wouldn't that be nice? I mean, sure, you got to put some things in place so that it's not, like everything else. But where the people can, they already lost so much autonomy as it is. When you go through these types of situations, your dignity has been stripped of you already. Your dignity, your autonomy, your privacy, all of these things have essentially, virtually almost been taken 100% away from you. If we're really concerned about these people on a whole and in a wholeness, holistic sense, then that should be mattering to us. It should, for those of us that are legit out there. It's like this person we want to help them have some sense of autonomy. Okay, could we get a grant and a program for that? Is there any allocation so that these people can do their own fucking laundry and not have weirdos touching their shit? Because see, we're not talking about, look, you know how we all take certain garments to like the dry cleaners? We're not talking about that type of stuff. And listen, if you're somebody out there who's cool with, folks doing your laundry, like I said, under normal circumstances, that's not something that people really have to worry about, really. But it's nice for somebody who has been stripped. It's a nice idea. They want to feel like maybe they feel like they're doing something, makes them feel productive as their life has been turned upside down, pillar to post, not knowing. And as they're gaining, I guarantee you there's going to be some kind of nonprofit birth from this by somebody. It's nice for people when, because we're talking about getting people reacclimated, getting people into recovery, getting people to feel like they're productive again, like they're gaining some sense of control and stability over their lives again, which includes regular routine things that you lose when you become displaced. So that's like doing their own clothing, cleaning, being able to do all the things that was hard to manage or was taken. They get to decide. They get to put the laundry in. They get to decide the soap they want to use. They touch the clothes. Like this is all fostering a sense of autonomy, a sense of dignity, and a sense of personal privacy for those who feel. Now, some may be like, hell, just wash it for me. They don't care. But it'll certainly be a nice option for these populations to have. You got your delicates. I mean, just think about it. People, that's, when you're talking about some more than an overcoat or a blouse that you take, that's people looking at touching your underwear. Do you understand? Your underwear, your bras, your foul on the play. Ah. Ooh, this is good. Let me do this over here as well, bitch. It's gonna be the bomb. Diggity bomb. Diggity, 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 diggity bomb. Ah, okay. So foul on the play. Is it ministry or is it murder? And to all the beautiful souls out there in any given religion or belief system that are actually good hearted folks, I promise you that I am not addressing you and I don't mean any harm to you or any disrespect to you. Okay. I think it's unfortunate that it's an indictment because systems of belief are being used to murder people. And I mean this metaphorically, symbolically, energetically, spiritually, and literally in some cases. Because on the long haul, deteriorating the quality of life of someone based on that, that's what that is. That's attempted murder. Because eventually, she says, stop on the play. I don't agree with a lot of things out here, but I also don't agree that that is my call to make under the guise of anything, if this person or this group or these people should have a quality of life or not. The only time you'll ever hear these honorable feminines getting to some really radical energy like that again, this is when it's to do with injustice, where people are literally trying to comfort their life, their children's lives, or somebody else's life like that, violating them energetically, mentally. Like my son, they violate him so much every day of his freaking life. He wakes up saying the same thing every day. He wants out of here. He feels the need to cut his body hair off, even if it's on his personal area. And it's a reason for that. He's trying to clean himself from the foul things that are being done to him. Now, foul on the play. Let's see the fate. I don't even call it karma anymore because I don't really believe. Let's just say I have another view, but I do believe in executing. So let's see what the fate is. We live by the decisions we make. Ministry or murder. Nobody's ministry should be being given any jurisdiction to violate somebody else. Period. Ministry or murder. See, we get thrown off because we don't see people wearing these black pointy hats and these black gowns and robes. So I'm gonna start putting up an illustration where you see somebody with a nice little conservative suit on. They got a nice little cross around their neck. They're smiling like Captain America. You know what I'm saying? But they have a secret double life that they deny. They deny it. They're in cahoots with those, that's doing favors for them, one way or the other. Nobody's ministry has any jurisdiction to get involved with interfering with other people's lives and trapping individuals, trying to make people miserable. That's not a ministry. That's attempted murder using misery and then say hallelujah anyhow. And won't he do it? Many of you, your parents, this has been one of your parents. It started there, them wanting you scared, rolled, broke down, busted, and disgusted. Their end ain't gonna be a pretty one. I can guarantee it. They not gonna get prettier. They not gonna get to come back either. They ain't gonna get the deal. They gonna be fine. They ain't gonna get to do it. Some of them want to. They're not gonna get to do it, and they're not gonna get to go past to the next phase either. Now, if allowed, it may be something done to ensure that they don't get a full deal with the deal. They have to basically suffer. It's because again, is this ministry or is this attempted murder? Murder by way of trying to sentence someone's life to misery if they don't comply to you. The person is damned if they do, damned if they don't, because they'll be miserable if they do. Woo! Let's see, y'all. Let's see. Ah, how you doing? Uh. Oh, I'm gonna show y'all this one. See, I wasn't supposed to use this deck, but this is gonna be their fate. I asked for their fate. So this is what they've done to you all and many. You all and many. Okay, so let me go ahead and take this off. Okay, okay, and we'll. So I'm already asking the fate or what's going to be orchestrated, I should say. These could be people who did cemetery, graveyard rituals on you, graveyard dirt, graveyard ash, draining you and your children, sacrificing you and your children. So we have the hanged man. This is their fate. Could be more than one person because there's a person over there to the left. Could be two people. Because is this ministry or is it murder? Trying to murder the confidence, murder the strength, trying to murder the resilience. Hmm. because they don't believe in tarot cards. If that's you, if you're somebody into that, who gave them the jurisdiction? So we didn't say because the collective did something wrong. We're talking about people's choice because of what they feel about people's choice. File on the play. Ooh, an earth sign. An earth sign. Possibly, don't have to be. But I was asking who's gonna get it the hardest, who's going to receive something. And so it's possibly an earth sign, Ace of Pentacles in the reverse. They fumbled the ball. They're gonna lose their giftings possibly here. This is due to trying to steal your giftings or trying to block your giftings. So we have a Virgo, Taurus, or a Capricorn. Possibly that's going to, yeah, you can be a Virgo, Taurus, Cap, or it could be the person. Virgo, Taurus, Cap, doesn't really matter. But it's somebody who stole something from you, was jealous of it, wanted to block it, didn't honor it. They're going to lose something. Ace of Pentacles in the reverse. They're going to lose. For some of them, it's like, what did they do with their giftings? They misused the giftings. They decided to use their giftings to be a fucked up person, to be a control freak. And it could be a Knight of Cups. This could be somebody you dated, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. This could be somebody younger than you, or if they're not younger than you, this is somebody who acts like they're younger than you. Their maturity level is still that of a 20-year-old teenager. Yeah, Six of Swords in the reverse. There, yeah, chaos. Chaos. And then I have the Eight of Cups in the reverse. They're gonna have to, this is emotional immaturity. They're not gonna be able to get, yeah, this spell work. Look at the root worker. Look at the root worker. So for some of you, the root worker, they're gonna, so maybe what I said yesterday might come true. Because I said on an accident, I didn't like pre-think it, that there was going to be a root worker that they went to that's going to end up putting the roots on them, because they're going to find out. I think the worker is going to be like, nah, like they're going to, when they're preparing or doing something or whatever, they're going to be like, hell, like this is wrong. Because basically this person's going to root workers. They're lying to root workers. They're lying. So this could be a root worker that's got some sense or discernment, or when they're preparing for the shit, they're gonna tap into like their guidance or something, which is smart. That's intelligent. That's intelligent, because people can sit across from you and lie through they ratchet ass mouth, and they're gonna end up putting that spell work on them. They're gonna, something's gonna be rejected. They ain't gonna be able to get out of it. Eight of Cups reverse. This is an energy of somebody coming back saying, you know, the spell. They're gonna lose their abilities. If this is a twisted wizard, warlock, with whoever it is, foul on the play. Very deceptive. A high vibrational magician, um, high vibrational magician. They're working with the element. Hold on 1 second. They They do work with the elements. They do utilize energy manipulation in its benevolent form, the elements. But when they're distorted, they will come out reverse because their intentions are wrong. They're full of shit. Um, yeah, they're very deceptive, very sneaky, very manipulative in order to steal from people. So they possibly lying, like I said, lying to these root workers, and then they may end up going back to the root worker saying, "Hey, what happened? I want my money back. I want my money back." Ace of Pentacles reverse. Because the root worker, in some cases, the root worker, like I said, possibly was like, "No, we're not doing that, and I ain't gonna say nothing," because they filed for even coming here with that. Luckily, I had the sense to discern or tap into my guidance before I just jumped up and proceeded because the nigga came in here and slapped down some goddamn money and some cockamamie ass story so that I'll be motivated to do it. In other cases, it's not even that the root worker is going to change. It's just going to be a backfire. There's going to be a rejection because a reversal also is a backfire. It's like, nigga, no. You're smelling yourself, my grandmother would have said. You're smelling yourself. Sit your ass down. This is not your goddamn jurisdiction. Ministry or murder. Ha! Oh, Ten of Swords, trying to kill you, trying to pin you down, plotting to pin you down to harsh, painful endings. They about to be pinned down. Mm, 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 mm. Look at this one, this stalker right here. This motherfucker. Page of Wands reverse. That's the spell word. Why are they going to end up in the Ten of Swords? Because we already know this is what they continue to conspire on the collective over and over and over again. Every time they come back, or every time it's like one thing and the next. They feel betrayed. They may go back to these manipulators or casters here. The devil, oh, the devil in the reverse, they got to deal with them things. They lied. Ace of Swords coming in the reverse, they lied. They lied. Like I said, these people be going around, they're manipulative to convince people that you all are toxic so that people would be willing to do some shit that they regret in the long haul. They lied. They caused some kind of confusion. They lied about trying to betray you. They lied about setting you up. They even lied about being obsessed with you. They are. Yeah, they're obsessed. Five of Pentacles, they're obsessed. They lied about being negative. They lied so people will cut you off. And so now they got to face this negativity here, sending ghosts and goblins and shit to drain you and your children. They lied about all this shit, offering y'all up to weird shit. And weird shit could be weird groups that's into it. Whatever, however this fits. Weird groups that's into sacrificing people, human trafficking for hire. Period point blank, nigga. Just period point blank. Just period point blank. If you're not, we're not doing that because people think they slick. It's like, I don't care how you want to flip the pancake, you're trafficking. And you're trafficking. I don't care what uniform you want to put, ministry or murder. If you go to a grocery store and pick up a coconut, you'll see ducks off on the shelf. Yeah, 3+ people, they were celebrating. Yeah, look at this nigga. Dumbass. These two hoes. Yeah. They're celebrating about shit. This toxicity here. Taking your opportunities, your gifts, and wool when you came back and shit. And wool, dumbass. Here it is. Here's your past. 6 of Cups. Trying to make you miserable. Ministry or murder. Oh, this is poor investments. They thought that they weren't gonna have to worry about a thing. Mm, yeah. Now they feeling some kind of way. They didn't have to worry about a thing. Got you cut off, sending negativity to you around you, and all that shit. Now they're burdened, making sure that you stay burdened, because that's what some of them. That was their assignment. Somebody with red hair may end up getting it. Ministry or murder. They asked us, why they burn? Why they burn? Didn't they celebrate when they doing the Toyota jump? Okay, this is their fate though. It's their fate because it's going to be orchestrated accordingly because this was not permissible. This was foul. So what? Oh, 8 of Swords is coming out. They burn. They trying to trying to keep you stuck. Is now it's a burden. There's Harlequin. Like very well. It's gonna be hell for everybody. It's gonna be hell for everybody then, nigga. It's gonna be hell for everybody. It's gonna be problems. It's gonna be shit. Why? Because they're all assigned to be a problem for you. We live by the decisions we make. Yeah, you're strong. These people were stubborn, but they didn't know something to do with maybe Christ consciousness or Panther energy or something like that. That you wouldn't. Ooh, 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 stupid. They stupid. What we have right here? The strength. A Leo's involved. Okay, 3 of Pentacles. Yeah, this was a web they kept weaving, and they didn't know. Why is this bad for them? Why is that bad? This was dishonorable. They got to deal with that. Like I said, ministry or murder. 6 of Pentacles. They were stealing in the reverse. They wanted you breadcrumb. They wanted you in this beggared energy so that they can continue to celebrate and keep you stuck in your head and burdened and weighted down. So now they're weighted down because you are 10 of Wands. Why are they weighted down? Oh, ooh, oof. Judgment's been called. Maybe in a higher realm, judgment has been called. You made a judgment call, or your judgment is clear, or people are gonna start to see something more clearly of what's happening to you. In the past, 3 of Wands in reverse, their plans is gonna go to shit. Their theft. Because they were stealing. Yeah. And blocking your plans. Having people to continue to keep you in some kind of web. Always trying to entrap. Possibly a lot of toxic feminines that's supporting a bitch nigga. Because I have a lot of feminine out here, and then I got just like 2 men, and then all the other pictures are like ladies. There she is. Now let me see. Let me find out who she is. If she's the same, because they look the same. Who's this Queen of? Ah, I got the Queen of Wands, and then I got the Hierophant reverse, which is a Taurus. Oh. This could also be representative of, in tarot, the Hierophant is about traditions. It's about religion. It's about beliefs. It's about structure. It's about also judgment. It's about values. And so if there's corruption there, if there's corruption there, why is the ten of the Queen of Wands here? The Hermit in the reverse, and then I have the Emperor in the reverse. So we have Aries energy, Virgo energy. This could be the dark night of the soul, exposure. They did not have any insight about this person. This person is not insightful or knowledgeable. Yeah, they didn't. Yeah, they didn't have any insight that this person is a narcissist. This is out of control. This person is a control freak, terrible leader, and dishonorable. Six of Wands reverse. All of this is gonna come out about this that. Yeah, she's a stalker. They're stalkers. OMG. Look it. Stalkers. Stalkers. Obsessed stalkers. They could be appealing to a lot of young people to do shit as well. That may come out like they're targeting young people to do shit, to stalk and surveil. Yeah, they're under some gonna be under some kind of, their fate is to lose whatever high honor, highfalutin, position they weaseled and spell casted their asses into. Needing to win at all costs and trying to cause so much loss for you is going to lead to their fall and their dishonor. Hermit reverse, that's dark night, that's exposure. This person does not have any insight. They are not self-reflective, and they had a lot of people who did not have any insight about them. This person may very well be at a page level, or this person can be like using their children to do things. If they have children, then they're using their children and their children's friends and so forth. Child. Let's see how they gonna feel about this here final demise. Ministry or murder. Because these are people possibly going around talking Jesus talk, standing before people like they got a word from the Lord. Because they were possibly jealous of your spirituality, feminine, from the beginning. People mishandled their gifts, and this is what happens. Yeah, they're under pressure right now. They're ready to explode because people are seeing how dirty and negative they really are. And they're having to face this negativity. They wanted to just dump all this shit onto you and make it seem like you were somebody bad so people wouldn't want to help you or support you, or, just see you as somebody that should be abused. They gonna be mad. What's these people's final outcome that's acting like they're in ministry, but they're attempting murder? They're trying to murder the Honorable Feminine's autonomy. They're trying to murder her spirit. They're trying to murder her children. They're trying to murder their finances. They're trying to murder any decent quality of life. And they're calling this ministry. What's their fate? They're gonna be running, trying to figure out a way to run and avoid. Okay. They may try to get away. They may be looking for ways. They may have a red car, orange, red, a bright sports car. They may be trying to hide their sports car. What's their fate? Anxiety is going in the reverse. What's their fate? Some people may overcome fear of them and leave them. Yeah, because I have journal reverse and I have denial reverse. So their fate is exposure. People are going to be forced to face the truth. Okay. They're going to be forced. People are going to be seeing these people for what they are and start to avoid them. Some people are going to start facing their fears because they have a lot of people afraid of them. That's what a lot of this is. They got a lot of people scared of them, scared to say the truth, say what they know. People be scared for their jobs because, when you're dealing with people in power, then, you open your mouth, then they can make your job go away. They can make, people scared. Yeah, they're gonna have to face it. Family is going into reverse. They're gonna end up people gonna break ties, they're gonna lose family. I mean, because this is again, this was a mission. Their ministry was to destroy your life. That's what their ministry is. That's their ministry. Destroy your life under the guise of religion, under the guise of belief system, under false pretense, under the guise of lies. That's truth about them. Yeah, people are gonna finally see because again, they have managed to convince the world that the honorable feminines are the drama queen, that they're a troublemaker. But the world is gonna finally be able to see that it was them all along. Let's get feminine's fate. Yeah, and that she was triggered. I just saw triggered, that this person was triggered by feminine. Yeah, trauma bond. Yeah. This person likes to trigger trauma bonds. That's how they get people to do what they want. They like to, get people riled up and instigate. So it's going to come out that this person used triggering and instigation to trauma bond with people to get them to do what they want against the feminine. So as that's their fate, feminines, the honorable feminine's fate as she navigates and enacts and does the things that she is guided to enact when she's guided to enact them. Doing alchemy, doing what she can in every moment, her and her children, for honorable feminine. Honorable feminine is about to shut up these people's mouths. This jealousy, this envy, this petty, she's about to shut their asses down. She's going to shut them down. She's either going to shut them down or she's going to transmute that shit so tough. Or she might, because I saw proof. Okay, yeah, she's going to shut them down. Retaliations in the reverse. She's going to shut down their retaliation. She's not even retaliating. She's going to just shut this shit all the way down. Yeah, these people obsession, this role, because she realized these people are obsessed with keeping her on a roller coaster, to buy time, to stall her out. or to try to keep her in some kind of energy of retaliation. Yeah, to stop to block her love life. Yeah. She know that these people are just trying to block her love life. Okay. She's not retaliating on past lovers, or she is transmuting any kind of retaliatory energy that anybody is sending towards her. Yeah. She's got the proof of something. Somebody's got the proof of what was hidden. Yeah, she didn't realize. Yeah, she may hide something. She's gonna be happy, wholeness, overjoyed. Yeah, some kind of legal is gonna work out for her. Okay, something that's hidden or something that somebody could have done for her. This is why these people are yeah, she's gonna hide certain things and free herself, maybe get into a commitment. Yeah, this, yeah, toxic. Working out in her favor, love affair, happiness. How's it? And then, okay, somebody was connected to the karmic feminines. Okay, that was hidden from her. She knows this. Okay. Let's see how that's, but how is that going to work in your favor, feminine? I'm going to get a different tarot and we're done. How is this happiness going to work in the favor of honorable feminine in that respect with wholeness and overjoyed and smiling? How's that? Oh, because she's empowering herself. It says strengthens, joins forces, activates, intensifies, authorizes, allies with, concentrates, overrides. Okay, so she's empowering herself through all of this empowerment. Hmm. To overcome Aries or whoever is in a bullying energy towards her with flow. Okay, there's going to be some kind of flow here that's loosened up. It says lubricates, gifts, supports, trying. There's something coming through here. Yeah, empowerment. She's empowering herself to get a flow, surrendering 12th house, subconscious mind, working on her subconscious, clearing out baggage, the unseen, healing, spiritual development, Akashic records. She may end up doing something with the Akasha. Sagittarius. Mm. Taurus, the bombshell. Mm. She's gonna possibly, surrender and focus on practical earthy things, what she can do here. Find ways to make herself feel good through it all because of what she's dealing with as she's surrendering, dealing with the subconscious. This is how it's gonna work out. It's gonna allow her to blossom here. Focus on taking care of her children, herself, her mind, her body, doing all the things. Yeah, reputation. She's taking responsibility. She could be clearing up her reputation, or her reputation is going to be cleared up. Okay. Because, these people have defamed her character and basically projected their narcissism and abusive ways onto her. She didn't go to Vegas and start getting involved with these weird groups. That ain't what she did. And people be assuming that just because one person in a family did it, and as they try to you know what I'm saying, tap in and dabble into certain things, that means that everybody, no, that was the choice that they made. You might be about to move. Roots is going into the reverse. Leo and reversal lover. Oh, that's the past. Whatever this stuff is from the past, these karmics, this is being cleared up, or you're clearing it up. Challenges going into the reverse. Okay, something. These challenges are being addressed and dealt with and honored the feminine. You're working on it. You're getting some kind of support. Working with the akasha, working with your subconscious, working on doing the best that you can. Okay, to take care of yourself, to feel good, to take care of your body, you know, because people have come for that. Okay. Boom. Ministry, ministry or murder. Are they in? Is this a ministry or murder attempt? And that whole delusional talk of, they trying to stomp on the devil and they killing the devil and they doing all this stuff. That's scary because it's got people out here basically being narcissistic and abusive and breaking laws and committing felonies. Their ability to influence your narrative. That's scary. Return to sender mechanism. It is favored by people in high stakes environments, gamblers, politicians, and business tycoons. People who know that for every step they climb. So the final message that these folks are going to deal with here, whether they want to or not, no matter what spellcaster they go to around the world, they are going to deal with this in this case because of the decisions and choices collective and the collectives team are making. Okay, not leaving it up to chance. The reminder that sometimes the best way to handle a curse is to simply disappear from the view of the person acting. Now, to truly understand intellectual talent, their greed, 31. Okay, yeah. Maybe within a month from when you see this video, collective. 31 days within the month. 31 could just be significant, but their greed, they're gonna deal with that, whether they want to or not. Ooh-wee. Because now people nosy. Relationship strife going into reverse. Desire to know, there's going to be a lots of more folks. Like, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Bitch. Yeah, delay. So again, divine power reverse. Yeah, these delays. We got 2 4s coming out. 44 could be significant. There's also going to be the eradication of this nasty shit. There it is. Endings and rebirth. There it is. Whether they want to or not, this is happening. It says despair and suicide. Good gravy, God. They were trying to create an energy vibration of despair and suicide that they got to swallow. They're going to eat it. All these incessant delays they were trying to create for you to feel like that you and your children, they're going to eat it. Ooh, they're going to eat this shit. There's going to be a death. There's transformation for you. There's going to be an ending to them being able to steal your intellectual talent by causing delays for you, or the world is going to know about it and see it and start asking questions. What's going to happen here? Why is this something they got to deal with, whether they want to? Oh, truth and justice came out, bitch. Oh. Oh. 14. That can be family, Sagittarian energy. This is about patience. Somebody was sick. This is sick. This could do with challenges. 4 breaks down to a 5. Jealousy, false testimony, nigga. Lying horse. Professional liars and shit. It's high grade. They can pass the CIA. They can pass the FBI. What you call it, bitch? That's how you gotta be psychotic. That's the only way you can do it. You gotta be that, or you gotta be they're trained. They are. Yep, military. Well, not all military. I think certain grade and levels, certain security levels are possibly trained, but FBI for sure, CIA for sure. They train, nigga. They could pass and shit. That poly, not regular people, unless you're a psycho. Oh yeah, there's gonna be a purification of these duffels, bitch. We got 14, 15. Synchronicity is happening. 4, 4, 5, 6. We got some synchronicitous. These motherfuckers. Look at religious and general. Oh, I love it. Religious and general conflicts. This is what these people, that's how they did it. Some of these motherfuckers. This is exactly what they did to make it seem like they needed to purify. Nigga, how about you purify your thief and murderous ways? And then we could talk religion after that if you like. But let's first deal with some real shit though. Let's do that first. Then we could talk Bible or any spiritual religious text that you wish. But let's talk about this first. Since you're on a moral high ground here. Bitch, did you steal this? Nigga, did you steal this or not? Did you cover it up? It's a yes or no. It's easy peasy, baby. Did you do it or not? Yes or no? We ain't gonna talk about Jesus and Bible and Moses. I need you to answer the question. Did you do it? It ain't hard. It ain't hard. It ain't hard. It ain't hard. Did you know? Did you participate? Did you lie and cover it up? Did you get some benefit? We can talk religion later. We can talk spirituality later. We can talk philosophy later. Did you? Did you pay somebody to do harm to this disabled person? It's easy. It ain't hard. It's not hard. It's no, now. We'll talk about Jesus afterwards. Did you? Pay people to do things that you knew would trigger them, make them anxiety, knowing full well they have health conditions. So did you? Did you? Yes or no? Yes or no? It's easy. Did you pay people to cause delays? In other words, pay people to pretend to be busy as to not get to something to the very goddamn last minute. Did you do that or not? Did you know about it? Did you participate in it? Did you benefit from it? Did you take $3,000 to keep a secret of the family? Yes or no? Period. It's not hard. Jesus is not here right now because you're a lying whore. And in the scripture, it says, all liars, bitch, will find a way in the fucking lake of fire. Since you say you fucking believe in that, which you don't, but since you're acting like you do, your whole ass is gonna be in that. So right now, we talking about this. We're not talking about does she believe in this and do you believe in that? Does he know? What we're talking about is some real life shit. Did you? We can talk about you saved, sanctified for the Holy Ghost, and fire for the Lord chosen after we get to some facts and some truths here. Did you? I would never. Well, you're answering to the wrong person because you're in the room with a certified narcotron narc detector. Everyone else will believe you because you're psychotic. But I no, I didn't know. Are you talking to people in the entertainment industry, which is of the entertainment industry? Did you do that? Yes or no? Two in particular, yes or no? 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 A couple. Did you talk to them? Did you enlist them or did they enlist you? Yes or no? Real fast. Answer it. Answer it. Answer it. Answer it. Stop crying. Stop crying. You probably possibly purchased those at the magician store anyway. Give me them tears. Stop crying. Did you enlist that couple? A famous couple in the entertainment industry to do rituals on the innocent. Yo, disabled motherfucker, and yo, wooty woo, that's innocent bitch because you did. Yes or no? Did they reach out to you? Because see, it don't really matter who initiated what. Was there a collaboration? We'll talk about Jesus later. We could talk Bible all you want afterwards. And then you want to pray? Okay, we can pray afterwards. Ministry or murder? They got to deal with this. They got to deal with this. Oh, shit. Fame and renown going in reverse. Good gravy, God. Because of their damn pride. Oof. Their pride is. Isn't that funny? Oh, the very Bible and text in which they love to reference and pretend to live. Pride cometh before destruction, and it is such and so for them. Their pride. Yeah, they didn't want to atone. These bitches didn't want to atone. Somebody could have been 52 when they were supposed to initiate. Somebody could have been on their deathbed. Good gravy, God. This is gonna be some crazy shit. Somebody could have been. I told y'all. This is common. It's common that some folks get to near near the end, the ladder, and you're sick, or for those who don't die suddenly or whatever. It's common for some of these people to go through deep reflection. It's common to happen. to where they're like they're looking at shit different. It's like they know that they finna be not here, at least as far as they know. Because it's like when you die, then you find out something else. But anyway, so a lot of them start to realize, like, I was, gosh, I was a horrible person, or I they're like dealing with it. Even if it was about one person or a situation, like, gosh, I hate that. I'm responsible for this. I was wrong. I was cruel. I was insensitive. I misjudged, and I want to make something right. Well, this could have happened with several people on Deathbeds Collective, and these cunts decided, these tired fucks decided to do bad things. They possibly did bad things to these. Now, let me get out of there because they was, wow, some sick shit. But let's just stay focused. They're gonna deal with this. They're gonna deal with this. Because these are people who, it was in ministry or was it murder? Oh, God help 'em. Was it ministry or was it murder for hire to get ranks in the cult? Were you ministering or was you administering murder? Ministry is it murder of the collective getting the truth and justice, trying to stop the collective from getting that truth and justice as these people passed on, wanting the collective possibly to hear the truth, to know the truth, and to have what's theirs, bitch. They're gonna deal with it. They're gonna deal with that. People was wanting forgiveness. They wanted to ask for forgiveness for this here deception. It says deception. They wanted forgiveness. Yes. For dealing with this pumpkin head with this nine energy wounding you.
They project a negative frequency that messes up your life. Most people try to ignore it. They say, haters gonna hate and move on.
Yeah.
But in the deep lineages of
Wow, they gonna deal with that. Ooh, they gonna deal, bitch. Yeah, trying to have a vice grip on you because you're smart. Now I got 55 here. Somebody could be 55 or will be. Maybe. A bully. A bully. We have a bully. It's a bully. Is this ministry or is it bullying?
It looks like a little face, two eyes, and a mouth. That is normal. That is nature.
Is this ministry or is it bullying? Is it ministry or is it bullying?
A coconut tree.
Bullying people who don't agree. Is it ministry or is it bullying? Deciding to bully people who don't see it your way. Is it ministry or is it bullying?
Because this shell broke.
Crossing somebody else's boundaries. Is that ministry or is that bullying? Is that mental illness? Is it ministry or is it mental illness?
It is regarded as one of the most powerful natural.
Because mental illness tells us that we have a right to intrude.
It is the eye of nature. When you carry this, you aren't just using a shield. You are staring back at
Under the guise of whatever our ministry is.
The is heavily tied to Rahu, the Asura god of the eclipse. Rahu is the giant demon who swallows.
Somebody's going to break the circle 37, or if it's something that they did to somebody that was breaking the circle, fraud and misrepresentations going into reverse, they're going to deal with it. Ooh, they're going to deal with it. This blasphemous behavior. Huh? They call themselves, the wealth of the wicked. I love confirmation bias and cherry picking. The wealth of the wicked. Okay, so when I pay somebody to come take your shit, I'm gonna say the wealth of the wicked, bitch. As soon as I hire me a good motherfuckers who really good at stealing certain shit, then I'm gonna hire somebody because based on how I feel you are wicked, you wicked. So it's laid up for me. So I'm fencing to pay some couple few people.
That's why some people are aggressive at just hiding.
And then I'm gonna slap a scripture on it.
Coconut acts like a concave
I
mirror.
have 44 war and violence. Somebody could be 44.
Shell doesn't
Could have been 44, but these people could have been sending war and violence. They're gonna have to swallow it. They're gonna eat some of this war and violence. Success is going into the reverse. As soon as I said that, 13, there it is. Trying to cause endings for you, trying to make you like some kind of vagabond. Well, they're gonna deal with being a rascal and a vagabond. People are gonna cease to be loyal to them. There's gonna be deaths and endings for these people. Breaking circle. Because they fucking with a warrior, nigga. Shit. A WARRIOR, not the other one. You done fucked. Okay.
but should act like a concave mirror and come
Yeah, these people are prejudiced. Oh my God. Listen, that's what I said. Is it ministry or is it murder?
it's a fascinating piece of natural magic, a simple seed that mutated into a weapon of spiritual advancement.
Collective, this person will be born in 71. We have 21 here. This is a closing of a cycle. This person was hell bent on creating these endings out of prejudice and really exploiting, leaning very strongly into that to get people to be in agreement.
And the weapon
They're prejudiced.
is
Yeah. And I'm embarrassed for niggas. And I could talk like that because I'm black. So don't be tripping, y'all. I hate what they've done to humanity on a grander scale because I understand that it's bigger than that. But I hate it. That's where hate comes in for me because we became the monsters. They fucked our head. We fucked up bad. They don't have to do nothing no more because we're all stupid enough to do it. And guess what? When they're finished with us, this is what I find fascinating. You see it all the time. When they done with you, they're gonna make a mockery out of you too. We see it in the news, don't we? People that was once held up really high, and once certain shit hit the fan a certain way, powers that be always gonna say they own ass for yours. Promise you that. It's like, wow. Yeah, because they didn't care anyway, nigga. They knew you was desperate for money and fame and fortune. Period. And they exploited it. The end of the story. Simple, dimple. And they knew they can convince you to commit genocide. They don't have to do it no more. They're gonna stir up your insecurity and jealousy so that you'll do it. They don't gotta do it. They get to like evolved hero. Some folks think, their past on loved ones is turning over in their graves for some of the things that the collective is. And it's fascinating. Not first and foremost, I'm not gonna get into the fact that a lot of stuff just ain't what we think it is, even in terms of death, even in terms of, guides, ancestors, and all that stuff. But I will say this for the ancestors that transcended the bullshit, managed to do it some kind of fucking way. Their all knowingness and existence. No, they're ashamed and embarrassed of them because they're like, this is sad. This is a shame. We're stuck. We're hurting ourselves and one another. Anything for a bowl of beans. Yeah, the book they pretend to know and read. Esau, he wanted so bad. Fuck it. Just I want this pot of beans, bitch. You can have it, Jacob. Fuck it. Give me these here beans. In other words, I want fame and fortune now at all costs. I want to be seen and favored and highlight. I want oohs and ahs and likes, shares, follows, and subscribes at all costs, even if I mean I got to steal other people's ideas. I want, even if it mean I got to torture the disabled population so I can keep my old raggedy ass alive. I want at all costs, at all costs, at all costs. And then I want to be known as somebody that's deep and spiritual, bedazzled. I want to be smart. I want to know shit. It's gonna always have a catch to it. He ended up with a little wiener. He wanted to be in sports, so she gave his ass a little wiener. He wanted to be smart, so she made his ass gay. It's gonna always come with something. Not there's anything wrong with gay. He didn't want to be gay because he was in love with, he had somebody he wanted to be with. But she made it impossible. He got what he wanted though, didn't he? In every incident, he did technically get what he wanted. Yeah, their pride. There's going to be some people who come to you collective and ask, these people are too, folks rather kill you off than to apologize. Ain't that some shit? That's when you know somebody got some deep mental illness. Because they really don't respect you and they think that they're better. So to remedy, they'd rather make you wrong, abuse you, torture you and your kids, all sorts of things that they can do rather than own up. But these are people that's hell bent on trying to humble you, but they can't manage to do the things that they trying to tell everybody else to do. Yeah, the light of understanding. Yeah, people are going to be coming to you here from your past, possibly with this six energy. Like, okay, some are going to be sincere, like, wow, I can see now that this person was just too proud. These people were too proud. Rather than just fix what they've done, they decided to make more mess. Yeah, traders. Yeah, people are going to start breaking these circles and trading like, uh-uh. So they whole mission, their ministry and mission was murder. These people's ministry and mission is murder. Period. The end. 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 And some of them, it's not just the delusionment of their beliefs. Others of them is because they're trying to cover up their own hidden dishonor that they can't stomach to have to live with the world knowing. Because again, they're walking around, they're preachers so and so, they're teachers so and so, they're evangelist, prophet, apostle so and so. They're walking around, you know what I'm saying? In some cases, if they're not fivefold, yeah, I know about it. If they're not fivefold, you know what I'm saying, then they just claim like they're just some, important philanthropic humanitarian, you know, and it would ruin their otherwise built up reputation to own up to their truth. So then what good is their teachings then? That's my point. What good is their teachings then? Because the teachings is not just for their convenience and their feel goods and to benefit them. The teachings is to be lived and applied, especially if they're, waving a judgy finger in hand on other people to live up to standards that they can't live up to. The teachings would mean, yeah, it is inconvenient, but if you are a leader worth your salt, you know that you got to swallow it before your own people. You know that, and you have to swallow it with sincerity. You have to swallow with truth, not a performance. You have to swallow it wholeheartedly. I am wrong. I'm wrong. I was wrong. I was really motivated by jealousy and insecurity, and I conveniently used Jesus in the Bible. I'm wrong. I'm greedy. I actually took a dirty deal to delay somebody's life that I felt like needed to be taught a lesson. I'm wrong. I'm guilty. I did that. I didn't care of how that affected that person's children, their livelihood. I didn't care if it made it difficult for them to heal or rebuild their life. I did not care. I must own that because that's what truth is. Truth ain't just quoting some Bible talking about the truth shall set you free. The truth is own your goddamn truth. And the truth is I am a fucking liar. The truth is, I sought vengeance on this person because they ghosted me in 2017. The truth is, I sought my lick back because I secretly troll their social media that I pretend to not watch, and I didn't like what they said. The truth is, I have paid many practitioners from highfalutin Hollywood to the junkyard garage motherfucker down the street to do spells on them and their children. The truth is, because I wanted it to look like this person was under the judgment of God so that I can stand before y'all in my haughty, highfalutin ass as if I'm something that I'm not and say, see, this person is under the wrath and judgment of God for thus and thoueth. And so when I've went across the waters to Africa, the Caribbeans, to Haiti's and everywhere else to get fucking spells on the bitch and the nigga to make it seem like they're under some kind of judgment of God. That's the truth. The truth is, I am a jealous fuck, but it is hard as hell for me to admit that to myself out of my delusional sense of perfection. The truth, I am uncomfortable with how comfortable this feminine is with being herself in a world where we all are tap dancing and conforming for kibbles and bits. That's the truth. The truth. And I felt, why should they? What's so important about them? What's so good about them? What's so special? That's the real truth. If I'm going to be a leader worth my salt and I'm going to sit here and preach in your goddamn face and say and teach on platform and all kind of shit, if I'm going to sit and tell you, bitch, about how the fuck you supposed to be acting, the truth is, I am misogynist. I ain't never dealt with my wounds. I just stamped religion all over it and accomplishments. The truth is, I didn't like people coming to me referencing this feminine that I was estranged from and disconnected from, making any positive comments. So I ergo enter project character assassination. The truth is, because I did not want them to have these deals, I wanted these deals for myself. So the truth is, I want them burdened. So I attack their children to wear their lives out so that I can look like the better suited candidate. The truth is, I'm full of dead man's bones. The truth is, I am the one. It's me, oh Lord. It's me, oh Lord. It's more than a song then, because you got to look at it then. The truth is, as I have projected, I need mental evaluation. Mm. The truth is, I have hit it with my charisma my whole life because I've been a bully. I never dealt with what happened to me, and I became a bully. I became a covert bully when it was no longer cool to be an overt bully. I'm a bully. Truth is, I have rejection issues that I pretend to not have because I've managed to accomplish a lot of things. I poured myself into all sorts of shit. The truth is, I wanted this person destabilized and dysregulated so that no one would see them as worth offering anything to. And the truth is that I was behind things that caused problems for the person to begin with. The truth is, I've been following and stalking this person for years. By proxy, by proximity, and when social media became booming enough, especially through social media. And the truth is, when this person started being happy and they started seeing the fruits of their labor, the truth is that bothered me. And I simply conveniently used religion as a platform to get people riled up to help me destroy the person.
Turning light into dark or dark into light.
That's the truth.
It's always carved with the image of Rahu. The shell represents the eclipse itself. Think about what an
And
eclipse
that is the confessions of the karmics in this reading.
when applied to your life,
That is their truth.
that casts a shadow over your aura, not the darkening.
And it's a truth that they'd rather die and have the target and the collective die than to ever face and own any of it. So what good is their teachings? What good is their certifications? What good is anything that they own?
But the title of this concept is Snapping the Evil Eye. And that implies something more aggressive than just hiding. There is a concept in this tradition that suggests the one-eyed coconut.
What good is it? I'm not shocked. I'm not surprised that there's a lot of youth
The shell doesn't just absorb it, it catches
that don't want to hear certain things because they know the real about shit. They watching some shit.
for your downfall, suddenly finds themselves stumbling while you walk away.
It's like you sitting there talking all that jazz, but you can't even do none of that. You can't do none of it.
Radar creates
You don't want to. You gonna wiggle and find a reason why you shouldn't have to, but everyone else should.
return to sender mechanism. It is favored by people in high stakes environments, gamblers, politicians, and business tycoons. People who know that for every step they climb,
Can't teach our youth to be accountable when we refuse to be.
they use the coconut not to attack others, but to ensure that anyone who tries to attack them ends up hurting themselves. It consumes the bad luck intended for
Can't preach down their throats about honesty and truth where we can't be it.
magic, a simple seed that mutated into a weapon of spiritual defense.
We can't tell them to be good and kind people and justice and order and all that stuff, and our ass have agendas.
Now, to truly understand the heavy protective atmosphere associated with the eclipse shell and Prabhu, you need to hear the sound that
Foul on the play. This shit is attempted murder.